You are an energetic being first and foremost, so the quality of your energy field is really important. It works like a filter, each part of the field enabling or preventing whatever is turning up in your life. This is the Future Self Energetics Show. I'm your host, Amanda Nelson, and I work in the body, mind and spirits community. I'm an award-winning master energist. That's a therapist that specialises in improving the quality of the energy fields that move in, through and around your body. If you want anything in your life to change, you have to begin with changing your energy field first. So my shows are a mixture of talk and therapy ideas, interviews and thought-provoking inspiration. They're all about energy fields, protection and connection. If there's a topic you'd love me to cover in my show, please email me, amanda@futureselfenergetics.com. And if you love the show here on UK Health Radio, please spread the word about it in your networks. Have you ever considered calling in the energy of a dragon energy to work with you for support or for guidance, or to be your rock, your protector, your mentor, your companion or your guide? Perhaps you'd really love the idea of having a dragon that works with you energetically. I love dragon energy. After all, I'm a master energist, and it would be surprising for anyone that feels drawn to working with energy to not want to work with dragon energy at some point. But which dragons have the right kinds of energetic signatures that you might want to work with? If you can connect with one, well, how do you even begin to keep your dragon companion happy so that it will stay? My name's Amanda Nelson, and this is the Future Self Energetics Show for UK Health Radio. And on the show this week, we're focusing on dragon energy. I'll be sharing with you what I've experienced when working with a multitude of dragons over my lifetime. I hope that this will be useful to you, and if knowing more about calling in that dragon energy interests you, then I'm glad you're here. You are very, very welcome. Dragon Rider is a term that's sometimes used in the context of energy work or other spiritual practices to refer to someone who can tap into and channel the energy of a dragon. I connect with dragon energy all the time. It's natural to have it around me and in my home too, and I'm really comfortable with it. That comfort comes from knowing about dragons, understanding dragon energy, and also how to connect healthily with it. I'm going to share what I know about this with you on my show today. Today I'm looking at types of elemental dragons specifically, and how you can call them in to you. So that's earth, air, fire or water. These are the four that I'm focusing on. It's these dragons that often have abilities or characteristics related to their associated element. And by knowing how you can benefit from that essence of their element and learning how to encourage that type of dragon to step forward and connect with you in the first place, you can then work with that dragon energy more effortlessly. So, for example, could you make use of the energy of an earth dragon at the moment? Now, earth dragons are strong and durable, and they have an ability to move through solid rock as if it were water. If you're at an impasse and you feel your life is blocked by a boulder, could an earth dragon have the wisdom and resources that could help you? Now, an air dragon is quite different. Air dragons are fast and agile with the ability to fly at high speeds. Now, if you needed to respond super quick to life challenges, would that air dragon's energy be of benefit to you? And what about the ability of a fire dragon to breathe fire or control flames? Perhaps you need the support of a totem fire dragon that will enable you to tear down barriers ahead of you. Maybe it would be beneficial to get other people's wrathfulness under control. You know, the energy of a fire dragon would certainly help you with that. And again, another dragon, what about the energy of the water dragon? Being able to control or manipulate water in some way, maybe unfreeze a situation or bring the strength of gentle persistence like a single drip of water that repeats again and again until it manages to carve its way as a pathway through what seems to be solid rock. We'll go into this in a bit more detail in a bit, so please stay tuned. For me, dragon energy is hugely important. Dragon energy, in other words, connection with dragon energies, is vital for any energist. Now, energists tend to attract dragon totems as companions at some point. So would you like to attract a dragon companion today? If you needed their energy, which one, based on those really simple descriptions, would you like to draw in? How could you do that? Well, could you identify the personality of a dragon that you had attracted even? Would you be able to satisfy its needs so it wishes to continue being your companion longer term? So dragon energy is used to describe the qualities and characteristics associated with dragons and their unique vibrations. Dragons can bring strength and power and ferocity and intelligence and chaos and connection to whatever it is that you're doing. Dragon energy can be a source of limitless inspiration and guidance for you, and once harnessed, this energy helps you to achieve personal growth and success. With dragon energy, it becomes easier to overcome challenges, and in my experiences with dragon energy, you can achieve your goals. So whether your dragon is a playful cub or an ancient consciousness, a loner or part of a pack, every dragon you connect with is of value to energists the world over. They're very, very special creatures. So if you do attract a dragon as a totem and a companion, it will never become your pet. You will never own that dragon. You won't tame that dragon. You won't use that dragon. Your dragon, from my point of view, can only ever be seen as your equal. It's a companion bringing specific energies to benefit your relationship. It will benefit you, and it will also benefit the dragon. And it will also bring specific energies to benefit everybody else that those energies then touch. That's part of it. Sometimes during my private sessions with clients, it becomes really apparent that dragon energy is around. It happened today, actually. A beautiful lady that I was having a session with. Well, as soon as I went into her energy field, it was absolutely apparent that she had a fire dragon that she'd attracted. Now, unfortunately, many people can't identify when dragon energy is around them, so they miss out on the benefits that connecting with that dragon energy brings. This particular client of mine, she wasn't able to recognise that she did have dragon energy around her, but thankfully I was not only able to let her know that she did have it, but I was also able to tell her a little bit more about her dragon and the kind of benefits and challenges that she might have in connecting with that amazing energetic signature. Now, I love connecting my clients with their dragons. In this particular case, though, something had attracted that dragon to her. It was so cool. So remember that although you might be calling in a dragon, it may be that they turn up anyway. Now, I spend a lot of time connecting with my dragons. Note that's the plural. I have a number of them that I connect with during my meditations. I quickly recognise dragon energy in or around a location or a place or a person. Sometimes, for example, if they're living in the home of my clients or they just happen to be in their energy space, I can tell from one client session to another if they do or don't have dragon energy around, because it changes. The dragons come and sometimes they choose to leave. Sometimes they stay, but actually these are free-spirited creatures, and once they feel that whatever benefits they bring is complete, they're at liberty to leave. One of the really interesting things I do find is that sometimes I find my clients will have a session with me, they haven't got a dragon, and then they'll go on holiday and they'll visit an ancient monument, for example, whilst they're away. And the next thing they know, next session, they have a dragon in tow, and we end up talking about it. It's really interesting. Every serious energist then should be open to befriend at least one of these fantastic energetic totems at some point. Dragons can be emotionally demanding, of course. They can also be a little bit fickle. They're not all good. They can even be chaotic if their needs or desires are ignored. So that's why they can be a bit of a handful. Still, you have to know what you're doing. And part of my show today is very much about that. In many stories and legends, dragons are depicted as only ever being fierce and fearsome creatures who love causing chaos and hoarding treasure. Yes, I get that, but, you know, they're not all the same. Some can fly, some breathe fire, some are strong, ancient, independent spirits, some are very young. You know, some dragons are like they show us in the movies, but they're not all evil and malevolent and independent and uncontrollable. Well, not in my experience. I've encountered many more that are very even-tempered and even benevolent and good. Now, most dragons are intelligent and they will work with you telepathically or empathetically using thoughts or emotions. Some use symbols and signs for you to follow as well. They're very open to working with anyone that respects them as an energy in their own right. Now, the personality and characteristics of dragons vary widely depending on the dragon that you're connecting with. No two dragons are alike. They will have similarities, yes, but generally they're unique and special every time. So, though you can hear other people tell you about a dragon's personality or energetic signature, a person like me, for example, well, treat it as a generalisation until you have had personal experience with your dragon yourself. One person's experience may differ a little from another person's. One thing I've found that's common with most of the dragons I've connected with is that they really love gifts and they love to accumulate things. They love anything that's reflective, like gold, or reflective faceted beads or jewels, and other objects that seem to play with light. So if you're looking for a gift for a dragon, remember that they might want to hoard them, so it's likely that you will need a variety of different things to attract it and also to please it. You know, so think light, think reflections. Now, some dragons hang out in places with a lot of moving reflective light, near an open fireplace, for example, or where light bounces near splashing water. Having said that, some like to live in the dark, but will appreciate a glittery gift or two to have where they have their lair. I've found that most dragons adore spherical objects. I haven't found one yet that won't respond to them. They love large pearls or orbs that can be visualised and made out of vibrant light and given to them. I've not known a dragon yet that will resist some kind of spherical gift that I've offered them, and there are very, very few that won't be wooed by a pearlescent orb of some description. Marbles, they work as well, but I always suggest whenever you want to provide some gifts for a dragon, approach the dragon with humility, you know, and as you approach it with humility and companionship and a large pearl as a gift, you know, you will find that that really helps you make a move to befriend the dragon. I've actually never found that to fail, but, you know, never say never. I think that dragons are mesmerised in some ways by these orbs, these light orbs or these spherical objects. So if you want to attract a dragon, build up a hoard of some kind of trinkets that it would like as a gift, and then wait for it to arrive. In my experience, a dragon won't be far away for long. It may actually be that you are creating that hoard of little gifts because the dragon's already there, and there is something in being in the dragon's environment that inspires you to prepare for the connection that's already coming. If you do find that you befriend a dragon, please be inventive and be generous and give them new gifts regularly. They will love it.
UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good. UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
Have you ever considered calling the energy of a dragon to you for support or for guidance, to be your rock, your protector, your mentor, your companion or your guide? Perhaps you'd love the idea of having a dragon that works with you energetically. I love dragon energy and I've been working with it for years. I'm a master energy, and it would be surprising for anyone that feels drawn to working with energy to not want to work with dragon energy at some point. I suppose you could say that if you love working with energy, you are likely to also love dragon vibrations. But which dragons have the right kinds of energetic signatures for you? Which are the ones that you would enjoy working with the most? And if you can connect with one, well, how do you even begin to keep your dragon companion happy? My name's Amanda Nelson. This is the Future Self Energetics show for UK Health Radio. And on the show this week, we're focusing on this dragon energy. I'll be sharing with you what I have learned, what I've experienced while working with a multitude of dragons over my lifetime. So I hope this will be useful to you. Today, I'm looking at types of elemental dragons and how to call them into you. That's earth, air, fire or water. And these dragons often have abilities or characteristics related to that associated element. And by knowing how you can benefit from the essence of their specific element, and learning how to encourage that type of dragon to actually step forward and connect with you, you can work with dragon energy very, very effortlessly. Earth dragons first then. Which of the earth dragon's characteristics would benefit whatever challenges, obstacles or desires you are working through now? Okay, earth dragons are strong and durable creatures, and they're very difficult to defeat in a battle. They're often depicted as being able to move through solid substances like solid rock. They can move through solid rock actually as if it were water, and they may be able to control or manipulate stone, earth or minerals in some way. They can camouflage themselves within their surroundings and burrow really deep into the ground to hide, or be able to hide while they want to wait for their prey to come along as a kind of ambush. They're incredibly powerful. They're able to withstand great physical punishment as well. Earth dragons, I have to say, are sometimes depicted, because of all of these things, as being a bit slow, a bit lumbering. And I suppose that could mean they come across as stubborn or reluctant or just slow to respond. But I'm not sure that's what's happening. I think that they just take their time and they're methodical, that's all. They're very grounded, they're very patient, they're very wise and thoughtful, they're very calm, they're peaceful and they're steady. These dragons have a really deep connection to the natural world. And though these dragons can be fearsome and territorial, you know, they're not going to hold back when protecting their territory or possessions, or when protecting a companion or someone or something they care about, including a cause or a truth. This fearsomeness and territorialism actually comes from a deep connection that they will have to whatever or whoever they are trying to be a guardian for. Earth dragons then. How would I sum them up? Well, strength, resilience and durability. Earth dragons are strong. They're able to withstand complex challenges. So as a totem guide, an earth dragon might symbolise the ability that you need to have to persevere and to stay grounded throughout difficult phases and times in your life. And their connection to nature would be of use to you. Earth dragons may be associated with the natural world and the earth itself, and as a totem guide, that energetic essence that they bring, well, they might symbolise a connection to the natural world and a sense of belonging that you're seeking. Earth dragons may be depicted as able to make the most of their surroundings and utilise resources. They're very practical, very, very resourceful. So as a guide, an earth dragon might symbolise the importance of being practical, being resourceful in order to achieve your goals. Earth dragons know when to move and they know when to wait. They know when to attack and when to defend. Now, wouldn't they be essences of energy that would be useful for you? The exact abilities and characteristics of all earth dragons may vary. They're going to vary according to the dragon's age, to their experience and so forth. But in general, I'd say these are the characteristics that I have found to be most likely when meeting these earth dragons. So could you make use of the qualities and characteristics associated with earth dragons? Call them into you if you think that you could. I would do things like bury what I would consider they feel to be treasure in some soil near the front door. Make a little hoard of wonderful gifts for it and then wait for it to come. Now, this can be done, dig a little hole in your garden near your front door, or if you can't do that, a small pot, terracotta pot, not plastic or china, a nice terracotta pot near your front door with some of these treasures buried under a plant in it, well, that would suffice too. Let's take a look now at water dragons. Water dragons next. Which of the water dragon's characteristics could you benefit from? Whatever challenges, obstacles or desires are you working through now that the essence of a water dragon could assist you with? Water dragons, as the name implies, are associated with the element of water. They have the ability to control or manipulate water, how that water moves and the shape it takes, how forceful it is, how gentle it is, how still, how it moves, like creating waves or currents or causing water to flow in specific directions or not flow at all. Water dragons breathe underwater, so they're able to remain submerged for extended periods before they reveal themselves. And this could allow them to hide undisturbed, living and exploring the depths of even the deepest of oceans. Water dragons also have a really special connection to aquatic life and can communicate with all creatures of the water, including most fish and certainly dolphins. Now, these dragons, a bit like water, can shapeshift. They can turn themselves into a massive tsunami wave or a minuscule droplet. They can morph into an impenetrable wall or shrink and change their shape so that they can pass easily through the smallest of openings. So, control and manipulation of water. Water dragons can control or manipulate water in some way, such as creating a cloud of mist to hide things, or a pool of water to disappear into. Remember, they can create waves, they can control how water flows, and they can breathe underwater. And they have healing powers too. Water's often associated with healing, so water dragons can heal or purify. And having them with you means that they can clean or purify or heal anything that has a lot of water in it. So this might include, for example, the ability to remove toxins or impurities from a body, or to soothe or calm the fluidity of choppy emotions. Now, remember, the human body is mostly water. Remember, the planet is mostly water. So as a totem, a water dragon reminds us to take care of ourselves and to seek opportunities for growth and cleansing and self-improvement. I love the aspect of the water dragons that enable you to shapeshift. So water dragons can change their shape or form at will, and this enables them to blend in with their surroundings and move unnoticed within them. It means that they can be adaptable, flexible, and respond to whatever the occasion demands. Shapeshifting is a wonderful skill. Imagine that essence coming into your energy field. Now, water dragons are also highly intuitive and empathetic, with the ability to sense the emotions and the thoughts of others. And they may also be able to communicate telepathically, sending thoughts and messages through the energy waves to others without the need to speak out loud. They most certainly can access inner wisdom and intuition. That's what I've found to be the case anyway. Water dragons can easily get into flow, and they can help you to get into flow as well. They can adapt to their surroundings, and they can help you do the same. So if you're in a period of change where you feel you need to be able to adapt to some of the changes that are around you, let's say you're moving house or you're moving job or you're in a different social sphere, well, water dragons can really help you to make the adaptation that you need. This means that they're flexible and adaptable, and they enable you to navigate all sorts of life's challenges. So as I said with the earth dragons, the exact abilities and characteristics of all water dragons are going to vary, again, according to the dragon's age, their experience and all of that. But in general, I'd say those characteristics, in my experience, are more likely. So, how to call them in? You can call them into you by setting up some kind of water feature or fountain in your home or your garden. Perhaps you have a water feature with fish in it. Another way is to bring pictures representing water into your home. Remember to include those orbs and reflective things in order to catch and hold their attention. Water dragons also love splashing, so be prepared. If you call in a water dragon, expect it to make a splash when it arrives. Let's go to air dragons next then. Which of the air dragon characteristics of their essence, let's say their energetic essence, would benefit whatever challenges, obstacles and desires you're working through at the moment? Air dragons are associated with the element of the air. They're fast and they're agile, they can fly at high speeds, and they connect to the sky and the air and control and manipulate elements such as the wind and the clouds. Air dragons have quite mischievous or playful personalities. They are independent, they're free-spirited, with a love of adventure and exploration. Air dragons are curious, they're intelligent, they're perceptive and quick-witted, and they have a real love of freedom and independence. They have highly tuned senses and can see or hear even over long distances, and they love exploration and all kinds of discovery. Marvellous. I love air dragons. They're skilled at spotting and avoiding danger too, which can also mean they are challenging to keep up with. Unless you are as fast as they are, you will find that they will have spotted a danger and started to do things to avoid the danger before you've even caught up with them. Air dragons make terrific companions because of their speed and agility. They are fast and agile, they're quick on their feet, they're fast to adapt to changes. I particularly like working with air dragons, partly because I feel that those are some of the qualities that I especially like, but also as a guardian type, I want to be surrounded by other guardian type energy essences. So if there is another guardian that works with me that is faster and more agile than I am, that's quicker on its feet than I am and faster to adapt to changes required than I am, then that has to be a good thing. They can act almost like a shield. Air dragons are intelligent and they're curious, and they really love exploration and discovery. And as a totem guide, an air dragon might symbolise the importance of being open-minded, for example, being prepared to seek new experiences and be open to taking on different kinds of knowledge. They're very associated with freedom and independence. They're the epitome of embracing the importance of being true to yourself, actually, and not being afraid to speak up and follow your own path. Again, the exact abilities and characteristics of all air dragons may vary, according to their age and experience and what they particularly like, their personality. But in general, I'd say these characteristics, the ones I've just shared with you, are most likely. So could you make use of those qualities and characteristics, the qualities and characteristics associated with air dragons? If you want to call them to you, okay, you set up a wind chime in your home or garden. Remember, the wind chime needs to include orbs, something reflective in the chime, so that it will catch and hold that dragon's attention. And then finally, fire dragons. Fire dragons are associated with heat and intensity. They may have fiery personalities too, so you've been warned. These guys can create and control flames, but mostly I think they're about the energy of passion and transformation. They're not all fierce and aggressive, though they are depicted that way. They just love the process of destroying something in order to recreate it. And they are unafraid of the chaos that they might have to go through during that process. And because they are so fast to generate all that heat and that passion, that you can find that they will be quite explosive, so that they might very quickly rise up, and you'll feel their anger, and they'll certainly be challenging to be around. But remember, you don't want to control them or their energy of transformation. You might not like the process, but the outcome will be far better than you could have imagined. And there's a reason for that. You see, dragons with a purpose become fast and unstoppable. Fire dragons do anyway. And they use their abilities for the greater good. Even though they might seem to be creating chaos, because they're so intelligent and because they're so capable of strategic thinking, what will happen is they will think through a challenge, they will come up with a strategy, they will set fire, quite literally, to what's there already. They will destroy any remnants that don't need to be there, and then they allow for cleansing, renewal and transformation to rise out of those ashes. Win over a fire dragon and you will be rewarded by their strong sense of honour. They're incredibly loyal. Fire dragons, in my experience, are the ones that tend to stay. And for anyone or anything they care about, they will step forward and defend them valiantly. They always do what they feel is right for those that they care about. So fire dragons, in short, then, are about passion and determination. They're determined and driven for sure, and they've got a real strong sense of purpose. So suppose you want to pursue your purpose and goals, but you feel that there are so many obstacles, nothing is moving, and everything you have done so far somehow has not come to fruition. Call in that fire dragon. That fire dragon's passion and determination and strategy and chaos, I suppose, will undoubtedly be valuable to you. Now, these fire dragons, they have bucket loads of courage and confidence, and they deeply believe in the importance of standing up for what they believe in or what you believe in. And they're very, very big into being confident about themselves, and they will help you to be confident about yourself, your choices, your boundaries as well. Now, fire is always associated with creativity and inspiration, and fire dragons may be depicted, I think, as being able to spark new ideas, ignite the imagination. As a totem guide, a fire dragon might symbolise the importance then of tapping into and making free your creative side. Fire is a great cleanser and transformer. It enables complete, unlimited rebirth in anything. So then, again, the exact abilities and characteristics of all fire dragons may vary according to the dragon. However, I'd say that the characteristics are most likely the ones I've just shared with you today. In my experience, I've always found fire dragons to be pretty much like that anyway. So could you make use of the dynamic, passionate, transformational qualities and characteristics associated with a fire dragon? It's really easy to call fire dragons in, especially if you've got an open fire in your house. But if you don't, you can call them into you by burning red candles in your home, perhaps even setting up a handful of red-coloured faceted crystals in a beautiful bowl near your front door. There are many, many ways that you can call in a dragon beyond the suggestions I've already made in the show today. So, for example, you could spend time meditating on the specific element that dragon is aligned to. That certainly would help you attract an elemental dragon of that kind. And you can create a physical representation of your dragon, such as a drawing or a sculpture or an illustration. You can keep this with you as a reminder of your connection or calling the energy of that dragon to you. You could keep it with you, or you could place it on a wall where you're regularly going to see it. I know people who will stick a picture of the dragon that they are trying to attract onto the mirror in their bathroom, and every time they clean their teeth twice a day, they look at that dragon picture and they concentrate on it as they're cleaning their teeth. You know, work with dragon-themed tarot or oracle cards too. That will help you connect with a dragon. I know Doreen Virtue has got some superb dragon cards. And perhaps even engage in the type of activities that would help you to express yourself in the way that dragon would. So, for example, if you're looking for a water dragon, maybe you could spend a lot of time near water. If you're looking for a fire dragon, perhaps you could sign up to a workshop and learn how to do some blacksmithing, work at a forge for a while. If you're looking for an earth dragon, for example, perhaps you could spend a lot more time in nature, or maybe even take up gardening. You know, whistle a lot to connect with air dragon. Perhaps you could start singing or take up some kind of hobby that required you to use your voice. Have you ever considered then how easy it actually is to call in the energy of a dragon to you for support? They're wonderful for guidance. They're lovely to be your guardian and rock and protector and companion or guide. And I hope that this show has inspired you. I'd like you to consider calling in the energy of one or more of these incredible elemental vibrations. Remember, you don't only ever have to work with one dragon. Though I have to say, in my experience, there might be one dragon that you have a particularly close bond and relationship with. So I hope that all of this information is going to be useful to you today. Dragon energy is phenomenal to work with. So if you're looking to explore all sorts of energy work, why not consider connecting with dragons as well? Good luck. Let me know how you get on. Just email me. I'd love to hear about your experiences. It's Amanda@futureselfenergetics.com.
UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good. UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
That's it for another show this week. I'm thrilled that you dropped by. I present Future Self Energetics show every week for UK Health Radio, and I'd be delighted to spend more time with you next week, so do tune in. The world of energy is amazing, and it's magical, and it's mysterious, and there's always so much for us to explore about it. You have a vital connection to a web of energy fields around you. Use that connection for your benefit. I've been working with vibrational energetics all my life, and I know that when you improve your energy field, you can up-level any part of your life. You can find out more about me, my courses and Future Self Energetics at my lifestyle website, beyondthegoldenegg.com. I'm also on Twitter. You can find me at Ask Amanda Nelson. Focus on the quality of the energy in your energy field. Focus on your entire energy field every single day, because a great energy field has the potential to change anything. I'm looking forward to connecting with you again next week. Love to you and yours. Bye-bye.